Lend us your ears and rejoice now, for we are the chosen of Versi.
The centaur introduces herself as Kaluk, and she thanks you profusely, but she's got a better strength than all of you. So she can kind of help. If you want to move back towards the entrance and kind of get everyone together.
What were their names? Kaluk and
Hirak is the male centaur.
Yeah, Ariel is like in the lead in here. She's like, all right, let's leave. Let's get the hell out of here.
Good adventure, guys.
Good adventure.
Was that the labor? Are we done?
If you would like to take the centaurs outside, it'll take a bit of time, but between all of you, you're able to not fall down into the fucking waterfall.
Yeah, I would like to get them like out of the waterfall, back out to like the area beside the lake.
You're able to do so. And then I assume when you get to the lakeside, you blow the horn.
I'll hand it to Kaluk and say, here, Hukar told us that this would summon him to help you when we found you.
Oh, thank you. She kind of like takes a deep breath and lets out a clear note, high note. It's a high G, like violin, second finger on the E string. That G. Which I think is what? 2 Gs above middle C.
Would be G6?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
Irrelevant, mostly. Actually, I lied. Highly relevant. Kyrah likes the sound.
Nehmet will learn to like reproduce this G6 perfectly and we'll be able to summon centaurs wherever we are.
Nehmet takes a very particular note.
Summon centaur. After about a minute and a half, pretty quickly, like 90 seconds, you start to hear the thudding of hooves on the ground, and the whole tribe shows up. Hukar kind of like has a apprehensive look, and then seeing Kaluk alive, and then they like greet each other. They like kind of charge forward and like butt heads, kind of horns clacking against each other. She then kind of says, it's like, he's alive, but injured. It was horrible. He's like, man. He kind of like is very grateful to all of you and says that like, if you can get to drive out the rest of the troglodytes, we would be ever grateful for that, if you could get them out of our territory. He then says, it's a bit early in the morning, but come nightfall, sound the horn again, and we'll party under the stars later today. But I believe you have a more pressing trial ahead of you.
Yes.
Finally, a good reason to do this.
Hukar will then give you all, or give 3 potions of heroism. They're in kind of like large stoppered horns, and says that these are made from the blood of our tribe. They are enchanted with the power of the Lord of Storms. May his grace guide you through your first labor.
May we have wonderful stories to tell you tonight. But till then, we welcome the powers of any gods or titans.
How has Cassandra seemed about this whole rescuing centaurs things, given how we first met her?
She is outnumbered and is willing to not be a threat. There, if you remember, there was like a dozen centaurs that
were part
of this.
I mean, initially when we were in the cave rescuing 2 injured centaurs.
She seems all right,
Okay.
going along with what the heroes of the prophecy want. Hestia kind of takes over caring for the injured Hierarch, so they kind of slowly travel away, kind of make their way back up the trails, back from whence they came.
As they're walking away, I would like to just sort of run up behind them and say, Kaluk,
She kind of turns to look at you.
the one that you saw, like me, she, what did she look like?
She was much younger, maybe younger than all of you here, like maybe a foal. She had kind of small horns like yours, and her skin was dark and had kind of like white, almost like stars on it. But she was taken away by the troglodytes. I don't know where she went.
Does this sound familiar to me?
Make a history check.
History check?
Yeah.
Make a memory check.
It's a 5.
It sounds kind of familiar, but it's not coming to you right now.
So this doesn't seem like it's necessarily anyone that I'm looking for.
It does not sound like someone that you know, not any
Okay.
of your acquaintances.
Gotcha. Then in that case, I will just give a slow nod and say, yes, I see. Thank you. Thank you very much.
She thanks you. She's like, no, I should be the one that is thanking you even more than I already have. And then it's like, good luck on your exploits. We hope to see you again soon. And she follows the rest of her tribe.
I will turn and head back to the rest of the party.
I have a question. Do you all want a short rest?
Yes.
Yeah. I
Okay.
definitely do.
Please give me a short rest.
Yeah, so Nehmet will pull out his lyre and do a little song, and while everybody's kind of chilling, everybody gets an additional d6.
All right. Who is carrying the torch that has now burned out and needs to be replaced?
I will take out a torch and light it with produce flame.
That's a good way to do so. Are you going to carry it or someone else?
I'll carry it.
Okay. Are you going to be in the back and just let everyone be blind in front of you?
No, I guess I'll go first.
As you pass Kyrah, Kyrah like whispers to you, I'll keep an eye on them, and then winks very obviously.
We're fucking doomed.
Ylva, let me be in front of you.
No, don't let the monk be in front.
No.
You see a troglodyte
God
approaching
fucking
from the way before. It has in its hands like a piece of petrified wood, and it's like not looking at you guys, and it's kind of like gesturing it forwards towards you as it like takes steps forward.
Wait. So it's coming towards us and like offering us this piece of wood?
Yes. It gets on its knees and is like holding it up to you.
I will advance and I will kind of like violently in one motion just snatch it out of its hand.
Immediately as you grab it, it
I
runs
think
away.
we might be their new gods.
What is this piece of wood like? Is it just like a branch?
It is like a piece of bark from a large tree, so it kind of curves a little bit inward one way, and scrawled on it in a very nice cursive is "Hail, heroes! I have heard of your exploits and daring from my brood and would like you to come speak with me. Follow the tunnel that you went down previously. Signed, King."
Let's go meet this guy.
I
I
mean,
just kind of read it and I'm dumbfounded and turn around to the rest of the group and like, what do you make of should we just go free the mine already? I'm so confused. What's going on?
Well, this is definitely a trap, right?
I suppose they know we're here, so we could raid the mine, and then we could yet be Kingslayers today.
All right, all in favor of pursuing the troglodyte king who has impeccable handwriting, say aye.
I kind of want to meet this guy. Like, we can probably, if he's kind enough to send a message to us instead of an army of troglodytes, like maybe this guy can be talked to.
yeah, I feel like if we don't go, then he's gonna send his army, right?
All right, so that sounds like 3 in favor.
not accepting this invitation will basically
Yeah.
a declaration of war for this guy, probably.
All right. Well,
Well-
Cassandra and Kyrah don't get votes, so that's majority rule.
Kyra is like,
I'm kind of
"Excuse me.
interested to see.
Oh, Ato doesn't
See
say
if
that.
However, I agree with you. Let's go." Cassandra,
I'd
you don't
like
have a
to see
vote.
if they can be reasoned with. This sounds more interesting for the epic.
Cassandra then kind of talks, like, "We'll hang back over here just in case any more trickery comes out of these tunnels," as she gestures to the right.
Ato kind of like glances over at Ylva and back at Cassandra. Maybe it would be best if we all stayed together. Strength in numbers and all that.
Aye, but then if we get flanked, we'll all be flanked. If we're over here, we can come in and make the flankers be the flanked.
Sure.
That was a superbly constructed sentence.
Ato is speechless.
Well, it seems as though the danger is coming from deeper within this mine. You're not scared, are you?
Me? Scared? Of course not.
Insight check.
Sure.
I have a plus like 0 for this, so natural 19.
Nice.
She might be toughing it out for her men.
Okay.
I lean towards Ato and whisper in admittedly very simple Elvish. I believe she wants to be the, and then I switch back to common, flankers.
I see no problem with allowing your parties to stay behind to guard the flank. Does that sound equitable to you, Cassandra?
Yep, that was the plan all along.
I guess if
Well-
no one else has a problem with it, then we'll go ahead.
Very
Any
well.
any dissenters to this plan?
Going to talk to the Trog King.
To the king.
Do it.
Yep.
Ylva, you note those two that you passed that are kind of bloody. A couple of things that are the shimmer that you saw in the burning room that are hidden to everyone else.
All right.
Nice.
I will, seeing as how I'm still, I guess, kind of walking up with Ato, I will say, we're being watched from the shadows, but quietly.
Also, you see there are three kind of larger, like you saw those big troglodytes before that were tougher. These ones are even a little bit bigger than those. At the light, they kind of like hiss at you all and then kind of turn, and you can see a lot of little tiny baby troglodytes
Oh.
that are like snapping at what appears to be the body of another troglodyte baby that is being ripped apart and eaten.
Oh,
Well.
No more aw, that's not cute.
Cute and
anymore.
immediately not cute.
Oh, they're like the worst species. Every new thing we learn about them is worse than the last.
All right, well, I assume we're not going to talk to the babies, and I can see like a little bit in here, and I think we're supposed to go here.
If you kind of approach any further than Nehmet or Ato, the two large trogs from the side, they have like rudimentary spears. They look a bit similar to the fishing rods that you had before, that you saw before. They'll like cross them in front of you. You can see there's a throne made of stone that has been arranged, and the troglodyte, if you can even call it that, is kind of sitting up there and has like a skull that has been hollowed out, and as he like swirls it, you can see a drink. He's holding like a bit like a goblet, takes like a little sip, looks down at all of you and goes, "Yes, I dare say these are the heroes that I wanted to fetch."
Fucking god.
He has two horns going backwards that have like gold caps on them, as well as the spectacles that are like pushed into his like nose ridge. Well, I'm glad that you received my message and decided to come here. See, I have a job for all of you. This home of mine has been overrun with these dreadful two-headed beasts. You might have seen some of their statues farther down the cave. Yes. Well, speak up, peasants.
I kind of like stutter a bit when he calls me peasant. We saw a statue of a two-headed dog before your envoy reached us. We were about to go investigate.
Yes, those are the foul beasts that drove us from the forge down below. There's someone that I would like to retrieve down there. She's a great importance to me.
We understand your plea. We are also on a very important journey, and we were interested when we met your envoy at the idea that you might be reasoned with. And so we have a proposition as well. If we do this for you, respectfully find a new place to live so that the dwarves and the centaurs may have access to the mine again. And the prophecy that will keep Thalia from being imminently destroyed can be kept from coming to bear upon all of us.
A tall order you make. I'm afraid that I cannot leave this place, but I could be persuaded to work with those who arrive as long as they will share this forge with us.
And if they share this forge with you, are they gonna end up spit roasted as well?
Only a couple of them. There must be offerings to be made.
Offerings to who?
To me, of course.
Ah, I understand.
I believe I do as well.
See, here's the thing. This needs to be a fully peaceful arrangement. We cannot allow that sort of thing to happen to others. And if you cannot take this path of peace, then I assure you, neither can we.
Kind of taking a different tone, I kind of like make a hand gesture to everyone else, like stand down a little bit, turn back to the king of the trogs. What information can you give us about the creatures that have invaded the mine?
The large hounds, their bite is filled with saliva that poisons the flesh. We, of course, are immune to it, obviously, because we are perfect. But he kind of looks at Nausicaa and is like, scales. Nice. Your flesh would surely rot away.
If you are asking this great task of us, could you give us any information or assistance that would give us an upper hand in doing this for you?
Oh, I could send a few soldiers of mine to help. I can spare a few of the hundreds. Is there anything anyone wants to respond to the proposition of sending a couple of soldiers of hundreds?
If there's nothing he can do to like give us like knowledge or anything to help, that's mostly what Ato was looking for. If he could like have some strategic information.
Oh, if you want to know how to get down there, the path you came from, there is a treacherous path. You can climb down the large shaft, about 100 feet, I think. That's how we get down there, of course. But I believe there's some contraption that those here before use that would allow you to descend in the depths.
Fantasy elevator.
It is in fact a fancy elevator.
Magic elevator.
It's like anything to help us fight against the dogs. You can just tell us there is an elevator somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, he can send some trog soldiers. The aura would still affect you, but because you're short rested, it's now been enough time that you would have to make saves again. In fact, you should probably make saves right now. You'll eventually hit a 15, so you're probably fine.
I was definitely planning on milking this guy for as much strategic advice as possible, and then just leaping up there and murdering him and assuming control of the Trog throne. But I don't actually know how well that would work. I'm just winging it.
Nehmet's idea was that he was gonna give everybody a look, and then he was gonna turn to the Trog King and be like, "You have until we get back to have decided to be peaceful or to move out, or we can't promise what's going to happen to you or your people." And then we can bamf out right after that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then they'll also see us as possibly hostile. Right now, we're on like kind of a level playing field with them right now. The way I see it, either we act now or we figure something else out.
How many trogs are in the cavern at the moment?
That
I
you
mean,
can see in
according to
here.
the king,
4.
hundreds.
How many did we notice like coming through?
You saw 2 trogs over here, trog matriarchs, and then mini trog babies, who would probably eat you alive in like 3 rounds. And then
I don't like those odds.
Ylva noticed 2 kind of hidden.
Yeah.
All right, well, it's sounding like we better treat with this guy, at least for now. Unless you guys want me to just assassinate the king and assume the Trog throne, which is my other plan. And I don't know how well they actually expect the throne, or if they're just like, he's a big Trog, he's one of us, we'll follow him. There's a good chance that they don't realize.
I do have a question. Have we seen any other troglodytes with horns?
Not as large as this one. They kind of have like, they've got like some spines, but like these are like horns, full-on horns.
Yeah.
He looks like a dinosaur.
Yeah, he looks a bit more kind of like almost dragon-like, less like a trog and more like something else.
Oh my god. What if he's just 3 kobolds in a big coat?
Well, then he'll be easy to usurp.
This usurping idea is sounding better and better by the second.
I have no idea if it's going to work, even if I kill him. Like, I don't know if they will, swear fealty to me because they're fucking lizard people. I kind of feel like they won't, but I don't know if Ato thinks that.
Find a way to casually ask, hey, so like, hypothetically.
So addressing the king of the Trogs, I will ask, so how did you come into power as the de facto leader amongst these folk? I previously assumed they were just kind of bestial living in this cave. I didn't realize there was a governmental structure here.
Oh, they all follow me because I am the strongest and the cleverest.
So if someone outsmarted you, they'd become the king?
Ha, impossible.
How did you prove yourself the cleverest?
Oh, with a game of riddles. Ha 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 ha.
Oh my god.
Like what?
He kind of like ponders a bit. This is a good one. What cometh harder to catch, the faster that thou runneth?
Breath.
Lucky guess.
All right. I have one for you.
Oh,
Ah,
This may sound a little odd because I'm translating, but this is one that we used to tell ourselves back where I'm from. Well then, Jacob has to remember how this one goes. I live my life without a breath, with beating heart, yet cold as death. Never thirsty, always drinking, clad in scale but never clinking.
Same as like, is my own intelligence as high as this troglodyte?
Don't you dare Google it.
the trog is it a fish?
Yes, it is.
Leans down. Ah, that's a good one. It took me a little while. What has one eye but can't see?
Is that the only hint?
Yes.
Everything that Nausicaa has killed so far in 0.2. So many corpses.
Well, this is simple. It's a needle.
Ah. He kind of like is just eyeing Ylva up the entire time now. Found a worthy competitor.
Goddamn, Jacob, you're just like really good at these.
I'm having fun with this. My turn.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever makes me does not want me. Whoever wants me does not need me. And whoever needs me will never know it. What am I?
Make an insight check, Ylva, right now.
Excellent. I'm so good at those. 22.
You can intuit that he is having lots of fun, but you think he's a very sore loser. Is it a coffin?
Oh yes, I do believe that's the word for it here.
Ah. How about another one? What runs but never walks, has mouths but never talks, has heads but never weeps, and has beds but never sleeps?
Oh, Ato like suddenly.
I
Wait, okay.
I quickly put my hand on Ato's shoulder.
Wait, okay, Sam, can you say it one more time? Because I think I actually figured it out.
Ylva's like, leave this one to me.
I'm just happy that Billy figured one out. I'm not good at these.
Mine.
I would like to whisper in Ato's ear the word for river in Elvish.
That's what I thought it was. Oh, I'm so happy.
I also say we should probably let him win. And so I sort of step in front of Ato a little bit and say, well, I believe this one is a deer.
Ah, you were close. You were very close. But I believe the game is mine. Now, for that, he will send 6 of the big troglodyte brutes
Damn.
to help you.
So, out of character, I guess we're not assassinating him?
Yeah.
Not right now, at least.
Alright.
Are you gonna take the trogs?
Yeah, I mean, we'll take all the companions we can get, even if they smell bad.
Take the trogs. I will say, if you spend some time around them, you become a nerd to it, so you eventually don't suffer. As long as you don't like attack immediately.
Not immediately.
All right. You want to head back up?
I suppose.
As you make your way back up the cave, your friends from before are not there anymore.
Oh shit.
As you make your way around this corner, this statue that's here on the map is not actually there.
Oh
It is
god.
Oh,
disappeared.
hell yeah.
This is
I
some
hope they got
weeping-
fucking eaten.
This is some weeping angel shit.
As you make your way up here, you can hear some sounds of battle coming from this direction.
Oh.
You see, as you approach, Cassandra. She is bloody and very much wounded, fighting what appears to be
Oh
a
god.
large, two-headed doggo.
Doggo.
What?
Very big, very savage. She's losing.
Yikes.
Everyone roll initiative.
Oh my
23.
god.
Jesus.
Do we see any of her people with her?
Do you... Alright, well, does one of you see far enough?
wow.
One sec.
Oh, thank god. I'm not the worst.
Oh, thanks.
Nausicaa kind of sees further. There's a second dog behind her who has just finished ripping the throat out of one of the men.
Yep.
You also see the body of a very large doggo
Yeah, I see that.
on the floor.
Wow, we're in like a really good formation right now, guys. Go us.
Yeah.
Ato is very happy about this whole like military formation marching order. This feels like home.
Pirate first again. All right. She rubs her hands together and is like, oh, this is getting juicy. And that's her turn. Nausicaa, go.
All right. Pew.
On that one, make your
Cassandra?
attack roll.
I'm taking the -5. Fuck it.
Go for it.
That's a 19 to hit.
Okay, the 19, that hits.
And I'm going to make it blind.
So that's a wisdom saving throw, you say?
It's a wisdom saving throw DC 13.
That is a natural 20 plus 1. It is not blind.
It still takes 2 points of brain damage.
2 points of psychic damage, and then how much?
18.
And then 18 regular damage.
Action surge, I'm doing it again. That's a natural one.
Oh, big rip. Unfortunately, you're not able to follow up your first performance.
I'm gonna retreat.
It is then Ylva's turn.
All right. I'm gonna go ahead and take the torch that's in my hand and just sort of take the wolf skull, like sort of cover the torch a little bit and pull back. Suddenly, like the flame is the size and shape roughly of a beach ball, and I'm gonna fling it towards the wolf and cast Flaming Sphere.
All right.
It makes bright light in a 20-foot radius and dim light for an additional 20 feet. As soon as it gets to the end of the hallway, gonna have it sort of take a sharp turn, and then it's gonna slam into the two-headed doggo. So it needs to make a dexterity save.
Yup. It is a 16.
Unfortunately, that saves. Still takes half damage. Ooh. So that's 5 fire damage, and that is already halved.
Okay, thanks. The doggo will move around. That one then bites at Cassandra. Hits twice barely. Ooh. Ugh. Blech.
Oh,
Cassandra is tackled by the dog, and it like one head rips her arm off. The other one like just mauls her throat. It then like looks up at you approaching Ylva and like lets out a ferocious bark. It is then Ato, your turn.
Well, it is only a measly 30 feet away from me. So that's going to be a charge and stab. Oh, there's like a whole room in here, guys. Look, there's like dogs. Oh god, there's so many dogs. God damn it. Well, that's what I get to be in a melee character. It is time to smack.
Ato rushes in.
I love the realization. You move in. Oh, that's 1, 2. Oh no.
Well,
Yeah.
no, because first I saw like the big chasm to the left, and I was like, oh, this is like an interesting looking room. And then I counted the dogs. That is a 23 to hit.
Yep, that hits.
That is 10 damage, max damage.
Nice.
And fuck it, I'm a little scared. I'm gonna flurry already. That's a 19 to hit, 7 damage. And second.
You might want to move to make your next attack.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, they're squishy. Oh.
Damn it, I should not have dropped the key point.
Their AC is pretty low.
I don't know, can I change my mind? Well, no, I've already started the bonus action. Fuck it.
I mean, you would have had to use your bonus action. You can choose not to
Yeah.
spend the key point if you don't want to move and take an attack.
Yeah, I'll choose not to spend a key point and stay back there.
Okay.
And actually, since I have monk speed, gonna just juke around Cassandra here.
Around the fire too. Yeah. Well,
Around Cassandra's corpse.
you see the other bodies are in similar states of ruin. Some of them were eaten quickly. Some of them were eaten more slowly. The doggo will bound over and attack you twice. 16 does not hit, and a 7 does not hit. You're able to dodge its fangs. That's about it. Then it is trog people. Trog people. They're gonna dash. Trog. It is then this doggo's turn. The doggo runs forward and bites at one of the trogs. It is then Nehmet, your turn.
Nehmet's gonna go there, and while he is running past, he's gonna look at Nausicaa and say, 2 heads, twice as many eyes, and inspire her. Remember that D6 is a minimum of 2. So at this angle, Nehmet can see 2 dogs right here.
Mhm.
And so he's going to cast Bane at 2nd level. He's going to hold up his palm at them and say, "May my blood spill yours as well." That's a charisma 14 save.
Yeah, they failed. They have -2. They are baned. All right, Ariel, you're up.
First, these are both dogs, yes?
Yes,
Okay.
they are the doggos.
Do a shatter.
All right. Yeah. You can angle it so that you can hit the trogs too if you desire.
They're helping us, right?
Ostensibly, yes.
For now.
Con saves, just those 2?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a success. And a 13, does that save?
No.
All right, so 1 failure, 1 success.
Okay. Alright, 16.
8 to 1, 16 to another. Then this one. Target rich environment. It's going to go for the one that's already bloodied. These dogs are ripping apart the trogs. The one trog that's been bit twice is very low to death. It is then top of the round. Kyrah. He kind of steps forward and is like, "Oh, man, I heard about that thing, but fuck, is it huge? She's kind of like pointing at the big Cerberus corpse on the ground, and goes, "Man, it's pretty good," and is just inspecting it.
I would like to turn back to Kyrah a little bit as I'm manipulating this ball of fire and just say, "You were supposed to be watching those idiots."
You know, I thought they'd get themselves killed. It is then Nausicaa's turn.
-5.
All right.
All right, natural 18, so 21.
Which one are you hitting again? The
one on the left.
Okay. Yeah.
And then I'm gonna use the other arcane shot. I'm gonna do grasping arrow. So it takes 9 points of poison damage. Its speed is reduced by 10, and it takes 2d6 slashing damage the first time on its turn it moves 1 feet or more. I also do 19 points of piercing damage.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Jeez,
It looks pretty rough. Ylva, you're up.
All right. I will move up to here. Which is the one that Nausicaa just...
The one closest to Ato. Right
one
over
closest
here.
to Ada? All right.
Yeah.
Then in that case, I am going to use my bonus action to send the fireball, this great ball of fire, over Cassandra. And as it gets there, it just sort of like stops midair and does like a U-turn and slams directly into this dog. So it needs to make a dex save.
Alrighty. +2, 15. Barely makes it.
Yep.
But still takes damage, I believe.
Yes. 7 so 3 fire
3.
damage.
Yep. Cool. Bit of chip damage. Man, that dog is in a real pickle. Either it stays there and takes fire damage or moves and fucking dies.
Yep. And then for my action, I'm going to send a produce flame at the same dog.
Go for it.
Does a 9 hit?
Unfortunately, it does not.
I thought not. Okay, yeah.
You hear some of that chicken sound. The bok box. Nausicaa hears it best from behind you.
Oh, shit.
What?
No.
Back!
Oh god. Oh fuck.
Back!
Oh no. No.
The shadow spell may have alerted
Oh,
the horde.
sorry.
Back! That was their action to dash. Ho, you're up.
So, with my 40 feet of movement speed, can I get over in melee with this one without, like, obviously I'll incur an attack opportunity from this one, but not from the other one? Can I, like, go, like, down here and then through the trogs over to here or something?
Yeah, seems good. And you get
Okay.
an opportunity attack at
It
disadvantage, I
has
believe.
disadvantage. Hell yeah. Using my subclass feature.
Pretty hot. The first roll doesn't make it. The second roll, oh cool, the second roll was a nat 20. The lower roll was the fucking, what is that? -1, 12?
-1.
Yeah, make you attack.
As I run around and stab this one that has been less attention paid to it. That's only a 12.
12 does hit though.
Holy cow.
A 12 is its armor class.
I like these things. That is 8 damage. And after how quickly I dispatched the last one, I'm like not too worried about this guy, but I'll attack again. I'm just not going to bother flurrying.
Okay.
That's only an 8 though.
That does me.
I'm a little too cocky after killing that first one.
Alright, Matt, read your effect again.
It takes 2d6 slashing damage the first time it moves 1 foot or more.
Alright, it's gonna try to bite it off with its action. What is it? Athletics?
Yep.
I don't think a 6 makes it.
Not.
Well,
Nice action, idiot.
what is it? What is yours? A 2d6?
Yeah.
It's gonna take that chance. It moves.
Yeet.
Huh.
3 damage.
Fuck,
Oh.
that's exactly its health.
So you needed me to roll snake eyes.
I need you to roll snake eyes. It's gonna
Well,
take
if it
the
makes-
risk. Trog turn. Alright. This one's now dead. And the third Trog is gonna use its action to start eating. Oh man, they might just kill this thing outright, by the way. Oh god, it's very weak. If this thing hits like 2 attacks, it might kill it. Alright, only 1 hit. The one in front of you went from being pretty okay, Ato, to very not okay. As the trogs just fucking tear into it. It is the one that is alive. Well, seeing as it's evil, it will try to take down at least one with it. The trog here that was starting to feast, it started to like grab at a bit of meat from the one dog, and the death dog behind it just like pounces on it and tears off its head. Blech. Nehmet, your turn. There was one death dog left.
Nehmet will, I guess, enter the room. He looks at the last death dog and he's like, "You'd think with 2 heads you might be smarter than this." And he casts Vicious Mockery.
What type of save is that? Wisdom?
Wisdom 14.
That is a 19. That's
Oh.
good. It just like woofs at you with a mouth full of troglodyte.
So you're too stupid to understand me anyway.
Ariel, your go, unless Nehmet has a bonus action.
Nehmet does not.
The only guy left?
Yep.
Alright, then do a firebolt.
Go for it.
That's a 16.
Roll damage.
10.
And it is incinerated.
Ugh.
The last one dead. Combat over, right guys?
Yeah.
Right guys? We're back! Kyrah kind of turns around and is like, hey Nausicaa,
Yeah.
what do dogs eat for brunch? Woofles!
Oh my god.
Yep.
On a more serious note, there are 4 large murder chickens that are coming from behind us. I'm gonna go into that area, then go pew.
Yeah, make your attack roll. You're fine without the fucking cover.
Oh, I forgot to say I was gonna make the -5. That's a 17 to hit this one.
Yeah, that fucking hits. They have even lower AC than the dogs.
15 points of stabbing damage.
Yeah. Bye-bye! Ylva, it's your turn.
I am going to send my flaming sphere down to here. And I now realize that leaves a lot of people in the dark. But hey, there's no more death dogs.
That's
That
what
we
you
know
think.
of.
I'm assuming I can hear Nausicaa
Whipping?
firing at the
The whip.
birds, death birds.
I mean, she fired over your shoulder.
Bastards.
Yep. Yeah.
Go, like over your shoulder, over Kyrah's shoulder, and shot the bird.
Then in that case, I'm going to go down to right around where Kyrah is. Oh boy. I'm going to use my action to take the wolf skull off of my shoulder, place it over my face, wrap the wolf pelt around me, and wild shape into a wolf.
Hot.
Nice! Wolf in the chicken coop!
Pretty good. A cock! It like leaps in the air at Ylva.
Oop.
The injured one also leaps in the air at Ylva, and the other ones leap behind it. Does an 18 hit your dog form?
An 18? Yeah.
Okay, an 8 does not though. That's 1 hit. Your dog form takes 4 piercing damage and
4
make a
piercing damage.
Constitution saving throw. Also, make another Constitution saving throw for your flaming sphere.
Okay. First one is not for concentration.
Okay.
That is an 11.
All right. You are fine. Make a
Okay.
concentration saving throw check thing.
Okay. Concentration. Oh, that's a 10. Just barely.
Just barely. You're good. All right. Ylva's fine. There are many birds. It is Ato. Your turn.
I mean, I assume I heard the loud cockatoo
Cock?
thing happen.
Yes. Correct.
So I could get here, but I would still be in the flaming sphere.
I now realize that is like the worst possible place to put the flaming sphere, but hey.
But I'm going to drop a key point on some Step of the Wind and dash and or magic monk leap over. Well, actually, okay. So step of the wind, I get to double my jump distance.
Okay.
I have just moved at least 10 feet, so I can use my long jump.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so 12. So then if it's doubled, that's 24 feet, so I can easily make it to the other side of them. Can I just leap over them?
You will take 2 opportunity attacks at disadvantage, but you can do so.
Sure. They can try to attack me as I fly over them with my shield.
Fail.
Gracefully fly.
Roll another 18. Damn it. Ugh, they fail. Both of them.
Damn right.
Okay.
Are either of these two in the back damaged?
No,
Injured?
both are
No?
undamaged. You
Well,
get 1
then-
attack. Choose wisely.
Yeah, only one. How lame. The one that's, I guess, a little bit closer to me, that's a 13 to hit.
Yep.
Oh, damn, alright.
Yeah, they have worse AC than the dogs.
That is 8 damage.
Ylva, there's like a monk that like just leaps over you. Kyrah goes, holy shit.
Ylva, you hear from
Nice.
behind you, like, footsteps, and then right next to your head, you see my spear, like, come down into the ground, and you see me, like, pole vault over you.
Ooh.
Yes.
Using your shield to block 2 of the cockatrice attacks.
Yes. I, like, spin through the air with my shield below me.
That is it. The trogs will continue to feast. Nom 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 nom. They're eating the bandits. They're eating the death dogs. They're eating their own dead one. Nehmet, you're up.
You know what? The flaming sphere is doing more harm than good. If I hear Nehmet coming up behind me, I'm gonna just drop concentration.
All right.
All right. In that case, Nehmet will be here, and he will shout out, "Does anybody smell fried chicken?" I'm gonna cast Vicious Mockery on this one.
Nat 1.
You dog. That's gonna be a D4 plus nothing. 3 damage.
Ariel, your go.
Let's do magic missiles. I've never done that.
All right. Which ones are you hitting? Because I do nothing.
I'll do one for each.
Okay. So that's a D4 plus 1 for each.
All right. 2, 3, 4.
Bang, bang, bang. Kyrah will kind of like roll over to Nehmet, kind of like elbow you in the side and go, hey, why did the chicken cross the road twice?
Why?
He was a dirty double crosser. And that counts as the song of luck for everybody.
Oh my fucking god. I fucking love this so much.
Nausicaa, you're up.
I'm gonna go ahead and do a solid thwip into that one.
Yep.
And I'm gonna take the -5, because, you know. Ooh, that is a 15.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Note.
Yeah.
It has 10 health left.
Nice. I do an additional 6 damage to it.
It is super dead. Mega dead. You take more eyeballs. Ylva, you're up. Woof.
Woof woof.
Well, unfortunately, I no longer have pack tactics. Thanks, Kyrah.
Look, Kyrah's not a dog. She doesn't know what she's doing.
I appreciate Kyrah so much, but I think at this point, Ylva hates her.
He's just gonna bite.
Yeah, and I'm gonna use my Song of Luck because I rolled a 3.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's a 14.
Yep, that hits.
Ooh, maximum damage. 10 piercing damage.
Alright, and then it makes a save, right?
Yep, strength save.
Ooh. A 2. It's prone.
Yep.
Alright, well, unfortunately, it's their turn next. So the cockatrice will get back up and will bite at Ylva. Oh, that's not going to hit. It misses. And then the next 2 will bite against Ato. No, stop rolling ones. No, don't do that. You know what? Fuck it. They're flanking. It's not advantage, but it wouldn't have mattered. I'm going to give them... Okay. Everyone okay with this rule? +2 on flanking. Eh?
Okay.
Works for me.
Okay. Not full advantage, but it's still there. And these things are kind of smart. They're chickens. It is Ato, your turn.
I will Stab at the one between me and Ylva that I can stab.
Yes, that one is more injured than the other.
That is a 10.
Miss, unfortunately.
I'm going to stab it again. Once
Again.
more. That's a 19.
Your spear goes snicker snack.
That is 9 damage.
It is still standing, but it's pretty weak. It went from fine-ish to bloodied, and also bad. The trogs in the room are going into a feasting frenzy. They will opportunity attack anything that leaves their space, even if it's friendly.
Oh, yikes.
So, hang back if you value your flesh. Nehmet, you're up.
I think he's just gonna go for another jab. Look out, we're gonna pluck you. Or something. You're gonna get re-plucked.
That one wasn't as good. That's a 17 to save.
Oh, damn. Well, okay. I suppose he will just say, okay, well, Eto, pluck him real good. And inspire Eto.
Thank you.
Ariel, your turn.
I'll just magic missile again, because why not? That was fine. Oh, that's a 5, and a 4, and a 5. I'm alright with that.
Alright. The one in front of Ado is very nearly dead.
Well, get him.
I just
Thanks.
want to turn one person to stone. I don't have another chicken joke up right now. She's like, oh, hey, Ylva. You're a good doggo, and she'll pet you. And then it's Nausicaa's turn.
It is at this point where I would like to remind people that my head is entirely made of skull.
She pats the skull. Nausicaa,
Yeah.
spear one.
I'm gonna shoot the furthest one,
Go for it.
taking the -5. Okay. That is a 13.
Yep, it hits.
That's gonna be 17 points of piercing damage.
Yep. Alright, that one went from barely injured, from literally a magic missile, to almost as dead as the one in front of Ato. Alright, Ylva, you're up.
Alright, I am going to bite at the cockatrice right in front of me.
Mm-hmm. You got advantage now, don't you?
I do. Oh, thank God I have advantage. That is a 17 and a 1.
Good pat.
That is 6 piercing damage.
That is just enough. Yeah, you just like rip the waddle off and then like rip the throat out with it.
And then I'm going to walk over it and get right next to this one.
Yup. Yep. Alright. They will continue to try to flank Ato.
Come at me.
Fuckers. A 3 and a 7.
Nice.
That doesn't help me
Those will not
turn Ato to stone. Why?
hit.
You're up. Get your revenge. I don't even care anymore. I'm leaving.
First attack against the north one, and I get the flanking, which is probably good. That turns it into a 15 to hit.
You would hit either way?
That's max damage for 10 stabbing.
Yup. You gonna go for the double?
It's dead? Alright. Bonus action, I'm just gonna like pull the spear out of the guy in front of me and just with the butt of the spear smack it into the one behind me. That's a big number to hit. Natural 16 with some other stuff probably. And
You would need a
that's
-5 to miss.
7 stabbing.
Oh, you got the double. Okay. I think that's all of them. I think that's it. Do you let the troglodytes finish feasting?
Yeah. I don't give a shit about Cassandra.
Does anyone else give a shit about Cassandra?
No.
Eh.
Not particularly.
I will unwild shape, and I will use produce flame to burn whatever is left of the bandits.
You can burn up the bandits and sacrifice them. You can get the body parts. The trogs like move forward, come up here, and smash the statue.
As kind of a mock offering, when he immolates the bodies, I'll like flip a single silver piece in for all three of them.
Kyrah is just like poking at the chicken. He's like, I wonder what it tastes like. All right, the troglodytes are very full and very happy. They are totally okay with kind of just chilling out till you figure out what to do. In this room, now that you all have a time to take a rest, this massive hall is supported by a series of pillars, many of which have been broken. You can kind of see the shit all over the place. It's a mess. The dwarves have not cleaned it up. The corpse of a gargantuan three-headed dog is splayed out in the center of the room. Several two-headed dogs were chewing away at it and a lot of the former bandits. There are skeletal remains of dwarves that are scattered all over the place. Under the big Cerberus, around the area, just remains.
Lovely.
So these were not Cerberi, but this big thing is a Cerberus.
Oh yes. If you kind of clear the bodies away, it's much easier to see.
There's the third doggo head. Who's a good boy?
Big dog. Over here, I think you can see. Do you see like lines in the stone?
Yes.
Okay. That appears to be like a kind of like door. You don't really see a handle, but it exists. As you look around, you can see all of these broken beds everywhere. Did any of you go by the deep shaft? As you look down, the stonework tunnel ends at the precipice of a huge natural rift in the earth. The rocky ceiling is only 20 feet above you, but the rift drops away into a fathomless, deep, black depth. Veins of silvery ore can be seen in the sides of the shaft. Ancient mining equipment lines the walls, but the wooden platforms and walkways are rotten and unusable. Chains are attached to the ceiling of the shaft and a pulley system that used to lift ore from the depths. Many of the chambers are rusted and many are broken. The area around you has been scored by gouges in the stone, as if some giant claw once reached out of the pit.
Neat.
You can also kind of see, this is perhaps the shaft that the king mentioned, how they crawl down, the troglodytes, how they used to get down to the basement.
I just sort of look over the edge and say, huh. Well, that's unnerving.
Just lots of deep, dark blackness. The voice of God appears over your shoulder and goes, "Don't try it."
Yeah, we weren't planning to, Kyrah. It's okay.
You would fall for like a minute? A while.
Wow.
I was about to say, I want to drop a rock down there.
Yeah. The sound does not reach you for a bit. Kyrah kind of knocks at the door and is like, I think this is where we're supposed to go. She kind of like knocks at it a bit, and then it like, the stone kind of slides outward. I will describe the elevator to you. This room appears to be some sort of dwarven elevator. It is a 10-foot metal cube crafted from bronze with leering dragon heads engraved into the walls. The dragons are depicted with snarling mouths. And I think that's where we'll leave it off.